What's up everyone? David here. Got a new video for y'all today. But before we get into it, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification so you don't miss on any new videos. Because remember, new videos on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. So don't miss out. And I'm pretty sure you can tell by the attire where we're in the robe. That means it's nighttime. We got to go to sleep. We got to call it a day because we got to get ready for tomorrow. But many of you, your sleep quality, dog shit. That's what this video is for. It's meant to help you out. We got 8 tips right here to help you improve your sleep quality, because the better you can recover, the harder you can hit your workout the next day. The better you sleep, the more mental clarity you have the next day. There's just so many benefits of sleep. It's the #1 way your body can best recover, and it's also just the best way overall that it can recover. Think about it. You don't have to spend any money. You don't have to do any additional effort when it comes to sleeping. You literally just close your eyes. You do nothing. It costs you nothing. All you gotta do is lie down, close your eyes, boom, out for hours at a time. Again, people often overlook the recovery portion of fitness. Working out as hard as you can and eating healthy all you want, it can only do so much. If you're not getting the adequate rest that your body needs to recover from workout to workout, you're not gonna be seeing as much results as you want. So that's why, going forward, I want all of you to really start prioritizing your recovery, specifically your health. Let's actually make an effort to get better sleeping habits. And habit #1, or I should say tip #1 to help you improve your sleep quality is get off your electronics. Yeah, what are you doing back there? You're on your phone, huh? No. Oh, she's just eating. But yeah, when it comes to sleeping, a lot of times you're finally in bed and you have the chance to go to sleep early, but you end up ultimately going to sleep late because you're staying up late on these little guys right here. Get off your phone. Why is it? And again, it's not just your phone. Even if you're someone who has a TV in the room, no. There's just stop it, okay? You're fooling yourself here. So even if you got a TV in your room like this, although you're not in front of your phone, and although you're quite a distance away from this electronic, an electronic is still an electronic. And why exactly is it that we want to do away with this, especially right before we're going to sleep? It's because of the blue light that it emits. We want to limit our blue light exposure because again, that's gonna affect our quality of sleep. All electronics, they give out the blue light. You can try to use those blue light glasses to try to avoid getting them, especially as the hours get closer to night. But ultimately, it would be better if you just completely stay off of it at a time. If for whatever reason, you have to be on your phone, you have to be on a tablet, you have to be on a laptop, you have to be in front of some type of screen in general, you can turn on the blue light filter so it will filter out those blue light rays. But again, at the end of the day, if you can ultimately try to stay away from those electronics in the first place, that will help out a lot better. So we're talking about all this light that's coming from electronics, but that's not the only source of light that we gotta try to get rid of, specifically the blue light. We also gotta think about the other light that's being emitted throughout the room that you're gonna be sleeping in. And that goes hand in hand with tip #2. You have to make the room you're sleeping in as dark as possible. If you have a window in your room, sliding door like this, most likely the outside light is gonna be shining in. Doesn't matter if it's moonlight, doesn't matter if it's like street lights, whatever lights you have in the room, go ahead and block them out. And one good way you can do it is by putting curtains up in your room to close the windows. Now, we see right here, we got these type of curtains, but they're relatively see-through. So what's gonna be the better option? Blackout curtains. I'm telling you, blackout curtains will ultimately make the room as dark as possible. The darker the room, the better your sleep quality would be. They can be a little bit pricey, but is it worth the investment? Yes, because ultimately you're improving your sleep, and that's what you want. But that is not the only type of light that you want to try to block out. Throughout your room, I'm pretty sure you have other smaller electronics that are not necessarily your phone, your laptop, your iPad like that, but things like this that have the smallest little light possible. Like right here, this TV has a little red light right under here. You may not be able to see it now, but let's go ahead and zoom on it. And those little lights, although they do not stand out that much, again, look at it, it's right there. That's the red light we're talking about. Although it doesn't stand out that much, your body can ultimately sense that light, even when your eyes are closed. I mean, just try this out. Try sleeping in a room and try to face wherever there's a bright light coming through, even though your eyes are closed. There's just something about it. You can sense that there's light there, and you may be able to sleep through it, but ultimately, is it the best option? No. Can you sleep through it? Maybe, but if you can, put a piece of tape over it, do something to try to block out that light. Also, the light like this on this phone, again, it's got a screen. It may not be the brightest light, but the fact that it is a light, and if you're facing it, for example, me, when I'm sleeping like this, it's gonna be facing me, easy fix. Try to find something to try to put over it, to try to block out that light. And that's not the only thing. It could also be something like this, the remote for the AC. You see, it's got a light because it's got a screen. Turn it face down. Once you get the room nice and dark, boom, you're good to go. But since we were talking about this AC remote that has a little light that you want to try to block off, especially because, you know, it has the screen, that segues perfectly into the third tip, and that's making the room nice and cold. I mean, just put it this way. How many of you find yourself sleeping a lot better during winter compared to summer? Summer, it's hot and sweaty, you're uncomfortable. It's harder to fall asleep and stay asleep. But compared to winter, it's a nice cold room, boom, you can fall asleep better. The research has shown that if you can get the room to an optimal cool temperature, your body will fall asleep faster and you'll be in a deeper rest a lot quicker, and you can prolong that rest throughout the entire night. What temperature is this? 68 degrees. So right here, being that I'm on vacation in Mexico, it's on Celsius, so not Fahrenheit, so I'm not too sure. But we're gonna go ahead and turn it down. I like my room nice and cold, so right there, 22 degrees Celsius, right there, nice and cold. Again, you wanna make the room not as cold as possible, but cool enough, because again, our body temperature needs to decrease to rest. Every time our body temperature increases, it's more active, it's more alert. But when it's time to rest at the end of the day, our body temperature is naturally going to cool off, and that's to kickstart the process that we need to do to fall asleep faster. It's easier for our body temperature to drop if we can make the outside environment drop as well. Speaking about body temperature, that leads us into our next tip, and that is going to be eating and drinking right before you go to sleep. By the way, this is not alcohol, this is just water. It's Casa del Agua Natural, agua para consumir humano. Oh yeah, no shit, obviously it's water to drink for humans. So yeah, whether it's water, juice, soda, alcohol, it doesn't matter, any type of liquid, it should be common sense that you shouldn't be drinking it right before you go to sleep. Why? It's because then you're gonna ultimately end up going to the bathroom in the middle of the night and you gotta get up. And the whole goal is that once you're asleep, to stay asleep. And this goes hand in hand with also food. You don't want to eat a big meal right before you go to sleep. The reason why is because every time we eat food, our body temperature rises, again, because that's what it needs to do to help digest the food, especially protein. That one's the slowest digesting food, and obviously our body temperature is going to increase when we're eating that type of food. So if we want to have better quality sleep, then we should probably do away with this. Don't look at me like that. I'm helping you improve your sleep here.
So is my pasta.
This is your sleep quality that you're affecting. But again, the whole goal is to drop our body's temperature. And if we're eating right before we're gonna sleep, well, we're kind of defeating the purpose there. So again, stop the drinking, stop the eating, certain amount of time right before you go to sleep. You time it out right before whatever your bedtime is. If you say you're gonna go to sleep at 10, okay, maybe cut it out at 8, but work that schedule depending on your needs. All right, so next point we're gonna be talking about, again, continuing on with the body temperature, because body temperature does have a lot to do with our sleep quality. Showers, and I'm talking about showers right before you go to sleep. So when we shower, cold water or hot water, which one is going to help us out? And this is gonna vary from person to person. But again, we're going off of the fact that we want to drop our body temperature. Now, here's the thing. We talked about making the room cool to help us, everything cool off. So ideally you would think, okay, maybe we should take a shower with cold water because again, it's cold, it's gonna make us cold. That's what we need to go to sleep better. There has been research that shows that cold water, cold showers right before you go to sleep does increase your melatonin. We all know that melatonin is what makes you feel tired and helps you go to sleep. That's why they sell melatonin gummies. But hot water, a hot shower right before you go to sleep, will really raise your body temperature. But the moment you step out into the environment outside the shower, what's gonna happen to body temperature? You go from an area that is very hot to something that's very cold outside, boom, it's gonna kickstart that process of dropping your body temperature because it wants to get your body temperature back to where it used to be. So they just show, again, cold water has been shown to increase your melatonin levels. Melatonin is what makes you feel sleepy, but hot water
and then immediately exposing yourself outside the shower is something that's, cooler environment will kickstart that body drop temperature process a lot quicker. So more people lean on, and the research does show a little bit more support to the hot showers. But if you're someone like me, I prefer cold. It's better for me, but do which one works best for you. Just keep in mind, whole goal is body temperature dropping.
After you take a shower, what do? Most likely, you actually go to bed. And that's gonna lead us into point number 6. We're talking about our bedtime. Not just our bedtime, but also our, time to wake up each day. Tip number 6 is going to be you need to find a consistent time to wake up each day. You need to find a consistent time to go to sleep each day. Too often, one of the biggest things that is always going to be affecting your quality of your sleep is the fact that you're going to sleep at different times every night. You're waking up at different times every day. Your body doesn't have a chance to get used to a steady state schedule. So how can you expect it to be tired at a certain point when you're going to sleep at different rates? And how do you expect it to be energized the next morning when you're waking up at different times? Again, think about it. If your body gets used to going to sleep at 10 every day, well then good, perfect. It will start get tired right around, let's just say 8 o'clock. You start getting ready for bed, and then boom, you're out by 10. But if you're someone who goes to sleep at 10 one day, then 1 o'clock in the morning the next, then 11 at night the next day, and then 2 in the morning the next day, there's gonna be different days. Well, I'm gonna stay up because I don't feel as tired. No, I'm actually gonna go to sleep early today. No, man, I don't feel tired again. And then the next day, it's like, man, I'm exhausted. I'm gonna go to sleep. There's just too much fluctuation. So get used to setting yourself to a certain schedule and actually stay with it. Again, it's not just about going to sleep at the same time every night. It's also a matter of waking up at the same time every morning. Get your body used to routine. And last and final tip on how to improve your sleep quality. Continue on with being early in the morning, getting that sunlight. What is something that you do every morning?
Drink coffee.
Right here. Caffeine. That is something we're gonna be looking at. Again, I wanna say caffeine is not bad for you. If you need to drink caffeine, go for it. But it's the timing of the caffeine that will ultimately affect your sleep cycle. Caffeine has a half-life of right around 5 to 7 hours. We'll just meet in the middle and say 6. That means that if you're eating or drinking, in this case, 300 milligrams of caffeine, all right, half-life, that means 6 hours from then, it will be cut in half. So now you're down to 150 milligrams. You cut that in half again another 6 hours later. Now you're to 75 milligrams. 6 hours later, you cut that in half again. Boom, now you're at 37.5 milligrams. And it just keeps getting cut in half and half and half every 6 hours. So if you're someone that works out in the evening and you take pre-workout in the evening, but you're about to go to sleep in a couple hours, you might want to take into account that timing of the caffeine intake because it won't fully wear out by the time you have to go to sleep. So if you drink caffeine, preferably have it be in the earlier part of the day so that way enough hours go by where it could be flushed out of your system and the effects won't hit you as hard. And keep in mind, also, caffeine has genetic components to it. Some people, they can drink so much caffeine and still fall asleep like that. Other people, yeah, that's you. No, for you, you just got addicted to it. That's the issue. You can't go to sleep. But there's other people that are very sensitive to it. The smallest amount will really get them going. You're gonna have to vary from person to person. You're gonna have to do some research, or I like to say me search, because you're researching yourself. You're gonna research how much caffeine can your body tolerate and how long does it take for it to wear out and get out of your system. What I found for me personally is if I try to go to sleep roughly at 10 p.m. every night. If I drink a Celsius or a typical energy drink, which is right around 200 milligrams, it takes me exactly 10 hours for it to wear out. If I drink it at 12, I'll be good to go and sleep at 10. But if I drink it, let's just say at 2 o'clock, by 10 p.m., I still feel a little, I don't feel quite as tired. So again, that's just research that I found has worked for me, but you gotta find out what works best for you. Again, the caffeine, you got enough of it in your system, you are not gonna be getting good, adequate sleep. And also, caffeine is very addicting, so sooner or later, you're gonna be drinking nonstop. Knock it off. This is why your sleep.
I can have like 5 of those.
I know. This is why your sleep is horrible. But anyways, so caffeine, limit the intake. But at the end of the day, you don't even have to worry about the intake, the dosage, how long it will take for it to wear out if you're not even taking caffeine in the first place. You get your sleep cycle in check, then boom, you'll be good to go without even having to rely on this stuff. And that is not alcohol again. It is water. I feel like people will still, it looks a lot like an alcohol, but it looks like a tequila or something.
It does.
Yeah, you see it says Casa de Agua. It's just water. I don't know why they put it in this type of glass container.
I like that it's gas.
Yeah. There you have it, everyone. Those are just 8 tips that hopefully you can apply to yourselves to improve your sleep quality. Again, sleep, often overlooked, the freest, best, most convenient way for you to recover from your workouts. Because again, you can work out as hard as you want. You can eat as healthy as you want. But ultimately, if you're not recovering enough between workout bouts, then you're not gonna be seeing as much results as you would like. Prioritize your recovery. Fitness is 3 components. It's not just about the work you put in the gym. It's not about the food that you prep in the kitchen. It's also about what you do in the bedroom. You know what I'm talking about?
What?
Nothing. Keep in mind, recovery, very, very crucial, very beneficial. Look at any high level athlete, they'll tell you the same thing. Comment down below if this video was helpful, and also comment any other tips that you have to improve sleep quality. What have you applied to yourself that you've noticed has made a good difference, and how the hours that you sleep and the quality of deep sleep that you are getting. Also comment down below any other video suggestions you'd like to see me do, whether it be about mindset, motivation, nutrition, diets, workouts, programs, whatever it is, comment it down below. I'd be more than happy to help y'all out. Be sure to subscribe not just to this channel, but my girlfriend's channel and our couple's channel so you don't miss out on any new videos. Because remember, we got new videos every week across the board for all 3 channels. For this channel specifically, new videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. So don't miss out. Instagram, TikTok, same theme. Be sure to follow me on my accounts, girlfriend's accounts, couple's accounts. I put all the links down in the description below. With that being said, catch y'all next time.